Так, so now number part 2.
3.21 Part 2.
The day of the party arrived. Mathilde was a success.
Was a success to be a success?
She was the prettiest of them all.
She was the prettiest of them all.
Elegant, smiling, and mad with joy.
And mad with joy.
All the men stared at her.
Stare? How the men stared at her.
Asked her name, and asked to be introduced.
And asked to be introduced.
She talked all night in a cloud of happiness. They left at about 4 in the morning. It was a cold night, and her husband could not find a cab. They walked toward the Seine, shivering, and finally found one. When they got home, Mathilde took off her cloak, but as she
Cloak? Դրա համար թատրոնում բանը հանդերձարանը կոչվում է cloak.
glanced at the mirror to see herself one last time, she suddenly gave a cry.
Gave a cry.
Mon Dieu, non.
Her husband, half undressed already, asked,
"What is the matter with you?"
She turned to him in terror.
The necklace. I have lost Madame Forestier's diamond necklace.
He jumped up, frightened.
"What? How? It is not possible."
They searched everywhere, but they did not find it. They had no way of contacting the cab driver. Her husband rushed out and retraced their steps from the ministry to where they had caught the cab. He came back at about 7 o'clock in the morning. He had found nothing. He went to the police, to the newspapers, and to the cab companies to offer a reward, hoping against hope that it would be found.
"You must write to your friend,"
he said,
"that you have broken the clasp of her necklace."
That you have broken the clasp. Clasp is zastyoshken. You have broken the clasp. Write to her that you have broken the clasp of the necklace.
And that you are having it repaired.
And you are having it repaired.
Will give us time to decide what to do.
That will give us time.
By the end of the week, they had lost all hope. The next day, they went from jewelers to jewelers, looking for a necklace like the one Mathilde had borrowed.
They went to the
In a shop in the Palais Royal, they found a diamond necklace that seemed to them absolutely identical. The price was 36,000 francs.
36,000 francs.
Monsieur Loisel had 18,000 francs, which he had inherited from his father.
He had 18,000 francs that he inherited from his father.
He borrowed the rest, asking 1,000 francs from one friend, 500 from another, doing business with money lenders, and
doing business with money launderers,
and signing promises to pay, which he was not sure he would be able to keep.
Signing promises to pay.
Finally, he was able to raise the 18,000 more that they needed. When Mathilde took the necklace back to Madame Forestier, she said coldly,
Sarah said,
"You should have brought it back sooner. I might have needed it."
You should have brought it back sooner. I might have needed it. Now part 3.
3.22. Part 3.
Mathilde now learned the terrible life of the really poor. Heroically, she made the best of it. The debt must be paid. She would pay
That
it.
must be paid. Huh?
They dismissed their servant, They left their house and rented a small attic under the roof. She learned how to do housework and how to cook. She washed the dishes, wearing out her pink nails on the greasy pots and the bucket.
Wearing out, այսքան մաշեցնելով her pink nails, huh? Greasy-ը յուղոտնա.
Bottoms of the pans. She washed their dirty sheets and clothes. She took the rubbish down to the street every morning, and she carried up the water, pausing for breath on every floor. Wearing old, worn-out clothes, she went out to the greengrocer, the butcher, with a basket on her arm, bargaining, insulted, fighting to save a sou here or there.
Bargaining, այսինքն ոնց որ բան գին գցելով, հա? Ահա, insultը բանը оскорблённое, հա? Bargain вообще-то бан сделка хорошая. Իսկ որ ասես თუ bargain, այսինքն որ բան շուտ բազար անել որ գինի չասնել, էլի։ Ահա, and fighting for to save a sou, որ մի սու գոնե բանան։
Every month they had to pay back part of the money they had borrowed. Her husband worked in the evening doing the accounts for a shopkeeper.
Accounts
And at night, often, he did copying at 5 sous the page.
He did copying.
This life lasted 10 years. At the end of 10 years, they had paid everything back. Everything, with all the accumulation of interest.
With all the accumulation of interest. Accumulation of interest, այսինքն աճած տոկոսն հետ է, interest-ը այդ տոկոսն է։ Interest-ը էլի, հա, տոկոս։
With her badly combed hair.
With her badly combed hair,
and her red hands. Mathilde now looked like an old woman. But sometimes, when her husband was at the office, she sat down by the window and she thought of that evening long ago, of that party where she had been so beautiful and so admired. What would have happened if she had not lost that necklace? Who knows? Who knows?
This is not the end.
3.23. Part 4.
Okay, just listen.
One Sunday, after a hard week's work, Mathilde decided to go for a walk in the Champs-Élysées.
Champs-Élysées, տեսեք ոնց է գրվում։ Шам, пинчи картасту. Ha, Шам вообще поля, Елисейские поля, Шамс, Нешкева. Glossary. Տեսա Champs-Élysées, ֆրանսերեն էս չի կարտացում, բայց հետո որ ձայնավորով բառա գալիս, ինքը կարտացում ու միանում է լիազոնա կոչվում, եղավ Champs-Élysées.
As she was walking, she saw a woman with a child. It was Madame Forestier, still young, still beautiful, still seductive. Mathilde felt moved. Should she speak to her? Yes, certainly. And now that they had paid off the debt, she would. Why not? Madame Forestier did not recognize her. She hesitated.
But, Madame, I don't know you. Are you not making a mistake? No, I am Mathilde Loisel.
Her friend.
Yes, had hard times since I last saw you, and many troubles. And all because of you. Because of me? How can that be? You remember that diamond necklace that you lent me to go to the party at the ministry? Yes, I remember. Well, I lost it. That's not possible. You brought it back to me. I brought you back another one just like it, and for the last 10 years we have been paying for it.
Dat was best super.
You will understand that it was not easy for us. We had no money, but it's paid for at last.
Madame Forestier stared at her.
You say that you bought a diamond necklace to replace mine. Yes, you did not even notice it, did you? They were exactly alike.
Madame Forestier, much moved, took her by both hands.
Oh, my poor Mathilde. But my diamonds were false. They were imitation. At most, they were worth 500 francs.
Yes. Yeah. What's the moral of the story? But so, Vurna, ce părța? Bamarele Vurna? Batile, cistase, la, corele, la clase, yarısını, bari kişileri, erkekten beslemek yerord bin. Word bookie, ha. Word bookie, yerord ecele esası.
Age, something, 21.
21, niçerde? Şöyle yapalım. 21, 22, 23. 21, 23.
21, 22, 23.
Şekeri boresi yekrostane umeke erkek es banes harce patasxamen. Meki patasek burna.
Ինչը մարալը Որասմա ոտը մեր ղափանի լեզվոնի խոսք կա է
Of the story. I think that maybe so like eventually they should have told that they've lost it maybe.
Ben hangisi en
Ma. Լուս եթե ժամերը համաձայնեցվի, հələ mən են հաջորդ օրերը զանգի տեսնեմ հասկանալուց ջան։
ընկերներ երևի արդեն հաջողան ենք
Ջան, դավայ, արդեն սաղ գնաց։
Thank you.
Well,